Hello.
Hopefully this works. We've just gone back to 1080p here, guys, for some no desync audio testing. We're going to continue with some more Assetto Corsa, of course. We've got, of course, we've got a server set up. Yes. Time for it to continue. First, oh no! 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 Did I just click? Oh, I haven't ended the stream. No, we're okay. I accidentally clicked the end stream button then. For me to see the chat room on my other screen, it's like really zoomed in, and the end screen button was taking up half the web page. Right, there we go. Okay. Should be all good. Get on the server. What we're doing? I don't know what server we're doing. We were just doing Magello. How's everyone doing? Likes prowess. Smash the like button. Yeah, I think we got to 300 likes. Now we're on 11. Oh, the viewers are piling in. Piling to the channel. Back once again with the Renegade
Master. B4 Max.
Renegade Master. Imola. Looks bolder now. How do we... oh, sorry about... You know, we've now dropped to lower resolution, guys. We're back to the previous year's resolution. I mean, 1440p worked. Even the chat's faster. Everything's faster. It's too much faster. Okay. Refresh. Should I zoom in on my face now with low resolution? Is that what we want? That seems like perfect. That's perfect camera there. You would almost not think, look, I'm not bold. It's not bright enough in it. I'd have to turn the brightness up. In fact, I might do that anyway. There we go. More zoom. There you go. Is that bright enough for you guys? Don't know what. Oh yeah, I know why it wasn't bright. Lordy! It wasn't bright because the look how tightly I've got my camera on the barely attached. There we go. Because no one drives ACC. I'd rather drive the Porsche Cup car. The GT4 is a lot more fun to drive in AC. We will do some more ACC for the ACC fans. At least the offsetting thing. I think maybe if I had an AccuForce wheel or something, or if we could fudge the force feedback somehow. I'd enjoy ACC more. But, yeah, it's definitely less delay at 1080. It's a shame that ACC's taken away interest in AC. Yeah, and then ACC people just play the GT3 cars, even though GT4 cars are actually probably better for actual racing. Oh look, the steering wheel in this car is like my OMP Trecento. Off like the top's larger than the bottom. Oh, this handle's fantastic. Force feedback's very weak on it though. There you go, that's why. That's why, because it's only on 30%. Get in the server, guys. Oh yeah, I mean the force feedback's amazing on this. Yeah, and it's a real shame with ACC. Like, just how it's... People just aren't aware of... A lot of people just aren't aware of Assetto. I mean, it's not just ACC. It's like, it's a shame when any developer... like, it seems like whenever someone releases a new game, everyone bandwagons onto that new thing. Like, the same thing happened with Counter-Strike. And Counter-Strike Source was nowhere near as good as the original Counter-Strike. And it kind of took away quite a bit from the original Counter-Strike. Same with IL2. Loads of examples of that happening. Quake as well. Unreal. Because people are only really prepared to play whatever the latest game is by that developer. I don't know what they're going to do with GT Sport. You know when the new Gran Turismo comes out, I hope they integrate that GT Sport into that game, because if they don't, it could really damage the... Well, it's still going to be shit as people playing it, but you know. God, I'm alright. It's YouTube. YouTube won't accept my bit rates. I've upped my bit rate though, so we're doing. This is going at 1.2 megabits upload. So hopefully it looks good. Oh, I also upped the quality of the NVEC encoder. Well, Super GT started off playing Forza. Like if you look at his like he was like a Forza esportist. No, 12. So 12,000 kilobit upload. I upgraded my internet, and also I'm going to get even faster internet in 2 months' time when the line gets installed. it's costing me like £55 a month for internet, but I say it's good. It's good. It's all about the bandwidth. Well, that's what I mean. Are they going to put GT7 into GT Sport? Like, are they going to mix GT Sport into GT7, which is what I think they should do? Julian Sheen, the racing machine. I'm all right, man. How are you doing? Julian Sheen's my DTM coach. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you haven't got COVID or anything. Well, it's the best internet that I can get speed-wise here. That's the price for the fastest cables. But it's alright. It's the job. It's fine. Got to have all those internets. €8. Yeah. Well, all right. All right. Yeah. Well, I restarted at the start of the stream. When I went to go live, it didn't work. Give us a shout if it desyncs, guys, so we'll know. I'll do a video telling people to go back to 1080p. Get in the server, everyone. Password T, capital letters. You're all good. Nice. Are you in like a nice part of Germany? There's another. I say there's like a random cluster of German viewers that come on every now and again. Yeah, well, so the problem is, what's happening in the UK with internet is the fact of the matter is, your average person doesn't need more than like 20 megabits download. But let's say 40 megabits, because that allows you, that would allow two people to watch 1080p Netflix at the same time while someone else is also gaming. 40 megabit would be enough for that. Download speed. But upload's the problem, but they market everything on download. Oh, you're in I always forget that. Well, you know, same continent. You know, same thing. You're in the Belgium district. I mean, it was part of Germany at one point. I can't keep up. Right, it's a bit of a plough, this. I do like flappy paddle cars, though. I think H patterns are good for, like, road driving. But anytime in a race car, I think flappies are where it's at. Fun Cup race. Ah, yeah, nice. In real life. Sounds good to me. Yeah, no, it'd be cool to go. There's a good chance if you know, if the world's not collapsed and everyone's not dead of COVID, we'll be doing some stuff, travelling and stuff. Stream back. Click the like button, guys. It'll be the world's fastest 100 likes. We're already on 41. What is a Fun Cup cut? What sort of class car is it? Hello, Bruno. Bruno. Il parle français. Old school beta. Oh, they're in AMS 2, aren't they? Surely if you lose at Fun Cup, then it's Unfun Cup. Chili Dog, despite living in France, he speaks fluent cheese, but not any French. I tell you, a series like McGann Trophy is absolutely amazing. My monitor's 100 Hz, but I run it at 85 because it plays better with my capture card and cables. 1 Cup 2 Game of Muscles. Spawn Abdi, hello. Man, I really feel like playing Flight Sim. You know someone's a race driver when they're like, where do you live? And he's like, next to this go-kart track. Oh, yes. The international GPS locationing device called a go-kart track. It's like our pilots. They're like, I live near this river or this junction. Just off the left of the coast here. To be honest, the handling of this car is not that different from the ACC GT4s. It's like a little bit more slip, a little bit more crab walking to the handling when you get on the throttle, and like 100% better force feedback. tell you what's helped me drive faster. Bloody moving my accelerator and brake pedal. So much more comfortable. Well, guys, this will blow your minds. I live near a W8 Smiths and a Primark and a Boots. Doxed. Give you another clue. I live near a post box as well. Right, here we go. I got too much fuel in, and we're in third place here. You know the place. Oh, that was a way better exit. That was a better exit than Brexit. Look at my lap times. Half a second. You want to buy me a pizza now? I've just had pasta. Otherwise, I would totally accept that offer. A friend of mine on Saturday was... I was messaging her and she's like, oh... She works in a school, so it's like shit. And I was like, oh, what's your plans this weekend? She's like, oh, to sleep. To sleep and have a takeaway pizza. And I was like, oh, no, I want pizza. As soon as someone mentions pizza... Yeah. I'm trying to lose weight as well because I'm a fat bastard. Oh, fat bastard! From Austin Powers. Give me a baby! Get in my tummy. Well, that was slow. Yeah, probably not the best. Make your own pizzas. There we go. That's another thing on the shopping list. Some sourdough pizza bread. Flour. Type 00 sourdough. Well, you don't... the flour's not sourdough, but you know what I mean. And the sourdough starter. And some 00 flour. Bread. Bread flour. You can order 00 Italian off the internet normally. Off Amazon. It's good for a lot of types of bread and pizzas. Shipton Mill. Ho ho ho, it's a good pace here. All the aliens left when the stream went to 1080p. They couldn't cope. The resolution was too low. I mean, anyone that's over 25 years old should be more than happy with 1080p. I mean, we grew up with like 640 by 480 on our TVs. Oh, podium! Deal with it. Imola Master. Unstoppable. I've installed the wall hacks. Julian Sheen's made me faster just by being in the chat room. Reading glasses. Look, that's not what other people would say. I've been playing iRacing, Julian, and I've been getting so much shit from iRacers. Blaming my performance on my wheel rotation. Oh dear. Nice one, Colin Burton. Ah, that's it. Hopefully no one beats my time. That's it, guys. You're all terrible. You've been outpaced by a bold git. You're.
You are all useless.
All the fast drivers have retired. That is a bad sign. If I out-qualify you... Ah, dear. You penis. Too much faster. The shop's closing now. I've missed Lidl. I was going to go to Lidl's this evening. What a fail. No food for me. That's it. I sacrificed my Lidl for sim racing. Disaster. Have I got any chocolate here? I had chocolate and I ate it, and now I don't know where the rest... There was definitely at least a square left. It always happens with chocolate. For some reason, it always disappears. And it just, you know... One minute you got a chocolate bar, the next minute you don't. And it's... They should make it so that it doesn't just disappear, you know? It's ridiculous. You'd have thought they'd have thought about that. This car's crap? No, it's awesome. Look here, Johnny Owl. Just because you've been beaten by a bold git. In quali. Maybe shave the alpaca. Lighten it up a bit. Lidl's chocolate, obviously. I like fruit and nut. Lidl's chocolate's really nice, actually. Their basic chocolate's fine. Like everything from Lidl's, it's fine. It passes the threshold of it's fine. That's all you need. How should you wear it? I think headphones would look better if they were like this. When I put headphones here, it's how cool people wear headphones. I look like that guy from Battlestar Galactica. Right. Lidl's great compared to everything. Lidl is a radical SR3 of supermarkets. It's well priced. It's speedy. Wow, that's it. What more do you need? Do you make time to sim race every day? I do end up sim racing most days, to be honest. This is my job, so it's what I do. If I'm not sim racing, I'm sim flying or playing Rocket League. Right, here we go. I'm going to be extra safe with the fuel because I don't trust it. If I win this, you guys all have to sacrifice your computers, eBay your computers. Imagine being beaten by a live streamer that's talking whilst driving. That'd be really depressing. Imagine being beaten by someone with a reputation of being slow. You might as well just burn your Simrig after that. I'm going to spin on the first corner though. The E Fun Cup series. Oh, what is that? Simulator stuff. Oh, can't the inside. I think starting on the left on Imola is better than starting on the right, you know, because you're lined up for T1 better. Maybe Gromsey sandbagged the quali on purpose. Tricky Gromsey. That's true. The brain damage that you guys have all suffered will have definitely slowed you all down. That's been my plan all along. Oh no, Mr. Cold Size there. We can't have Gromsey beat us. Patty Ashdown. Every race is a new political leader. Paddy Ashdown. What a name. Gromsey's off. What a bugger. Oh, here we come. Absolutely lasered it through there. Major laser. What's he doing? Imola's right next to the town, so you could just cross the river and go to the town. There'll be lots of pubs. Mr. Furcutton, hello. Oh, Jesus. A little bit wide there. I haven't tried them, no. This is a Maserati, not a Porsche. You just upset all the Maserati owners there. Oh no, my grip! Oh no, my grip! Try not to kill the car next to me. Oh dear. Hang on, where's my brake bias? Ah! It reset it. Oopsie daisy. Oh, he's messed that up. Retake. So I've got 10 minutes, guys, to close the back down with Gromsey. He's lost it. How's the stream audio and everything and quality? Are we all good? Has this resolved the desync issue? Very good. Oh, you noob! Oh, you noob!
You noob! Gromsy's Gromsy!
Back on the podium, back on the pole. Oh, Gromsy, you astro-turfed your car. No doubt I'm going to do it before the end of the race as well. Is the live stream 100% bold? That's all that matters. Goodbye, boys. We've gone. I drive faster in 1080p. 1080p. It's all that CSGO on playing CSGO 1080p.
He will run away.
Time to get some PBs now. I will fight you to the death. Do you take my family name in dishonor? There you go. I've gone. At this point, Chili Dog realises he's accidentally put ballast on everyone else's car. Ballast dog. .4 gap. This is what it's like if you're good at sim racing. You get bored of being at the front and you turn into Tortellini and you just type annoying stuff in chat. I'm winning, I'm winning. Do you guys see my lap time? Look at me. Look at my lap time. I'm winning.
Give me muscle suit to learn how to drive. Give me muscle suit to learn how to drive.
Just don't run out. I overfueled. Got 10 laps of fuel for 5 minutes. I haven't, even though the thumbnail is of that, I haven't tried it. I might have tried it, but I only tried one of the cars. I've not tried it properly. Oh, that's not the line. Alright, Julian Sheen, have a good night, man. Thanks for popping in. The throttle's shown on full lift. Oh. Maybe I've not calibrated it correctly. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it needs to be recalibrated in AC. Thanks for that. That's my key to speed. Always on throttle. That way you can never lift. It's keeping the RPMs up. Next level skills, guys. The gamer muscle exploit. Always on throttle. It's like a mobile phone game. He just put... Oh no! Have you just put ballast on my car? Ballast 1000. Have you just put a kilogram of ballast on my car? No! Oh dear. The thing with the ballast is it makes the force feedback heavier as well. He's ballasting me up. You ballast me up as high as I can go. It's amazing talent, the guy that ran by the side of the track with a 100 kilogram weight. Dynamic bop. $100 bags of sugar in his arms. Or one elephant's testicle. I'm Bardier. Boljardier. Tortellini can't show his face because his internet's not good enough. He hasn't got enough bandwidth for it. Oh, we're getting faster here. Look at this. Finding more pace. You just search for the Gamer Muscle Server V12 Shy FX. Final lap, I think. You do have to click the like button, though. I honestly, it would be actually interesting for someone to do a proper study on whether the like button actually, clicking the like button actually does anything. Also, if you're watching and you like sim racing, why not subscribe? I haven't had any subscribers from live streams for ages. Do I have to tell people to click the subscribe button to make them do it? They can subscribe to videos. I get like between 20 and 100 subscribers a day from videos, but not from live streams. They just don't have the talent to keep up with the bold man. Counter debate. We outclassed them. Oh, I was too much faster. Totally destroyed. See, I can retire from sim racing now. Oh, I need firework display. Does the car have a handbrake? No. Can we drift this car? Throttle hack. We might have discovered some like weird exploit for Assetto Corsa. Gromsy. I mean, I didn't have any issues with curbing. Oh shit, hang on. I had the wrong wheel rotation. It's not 1-to-1. I can't have won, guys. The wheel rotation is not 1-to-1. Oh, no. I'm confused now. What does it mean? What does it mean? Right, did you race in this, Dom? 6th. Well done. Let's go to the results here. Who's that in first? Oh, it's me. Oh, you all got beaten by me. Well done, Mad Rat. Turbo Spree, thanks for killing yourself, Gromsy, making it easier for me. Paddy Ashdown in 5th, fastest political leader. Dom GTR 6th, Stephen Cowie 7th, Shimmy 8th, Miles Murray 9th, Hex in 10th, Eurydice 11th, Cletus 12th, Nathan Ward 13th, Under 2 GT 14th, Squonk in 15th, Scotty GT 16th, Blondish Jewel 25, 17th, Shibe Club in 18th. He didn't like these cars. Flex 19th, Mr. Richard in 20. Well done. What's the next race? Should we go into ACC and compare? And then I can finish the night on a complaining about ACC force feedback. Go compare. Go compare. Go compare. ACC force feedback doesn't have any seat of the pants force feedback. Yeah, should we do an ACC GT4 at Imola? Can you do that, Chili? That'd be hilarious, and we can compare. Compare the market. Listen to this. I thought that was someone's car horn in the game.
bsimracing.com. All your sim racing news in one place. Don't just sim race, bsimracing.com.
Thanks for tuning in, Wim. Appreciate it. Guys, check out bsimracing.com for all your sim racing, Belgian sim racing news. Written in English. Go on BSim Racing and look at the top article and type in the comment section, Gamer Muscle is the best. Underneath, guys, go on BSim Racing and underneath every article in the comments type, Gamer Muscle's the best. Gamer Muscle's the boldest. We should hijack BSim Racing comment section. Destroy! Take over and destroy! Oh dear. Oh, nice one, Artimins. Yeah, it was good racing. We're now gonna try a CC out with a GT4 comparison. I'm gonna complain about the force feedback because that's my hobby. This music makes me want to go drifting. Twelve. Like, hang on a minute. We've been pandemicing for so long. Oh dear, that's hilarious. No rush. All right, Colin Burton. It's not practical live streaming in VR for long periods of time. Oh my, hang on, my pedal. Why are the tyres weird in your service hashtag? My brake alright. Oh look, see my throttle. I need to reset my throttles up in Windows. The nice thing with these pedals is they have so much resolution that even if you're not using all the resolution, they're still like look at this. I'm barely using the load cells like I'm not even using half the resolution. But you can be like so precise with it. That's like as hard as a that's about the same pressure as maximum on a CSL Elite. Maybe even like 90% of the pressure on the hardest setting on a Club Sport V3s. That's 200. How do we know when the next races are? You subscribe to the channel. Right. Let's turn the road effects up. We've got a server here. What car would... Has this got a Maserati GT4 car? Sure, Game Muscle server will probably be the only GT4 server. What's going on here? What? You have to search for passworded servers? What? Oh, there we go. Right, I see what you're saying. If you don't type it in the passworded thing. Still no server filter in this game. In sync, hello big Gawler. Right. Maserati. There it is. Direct Comparisione, Competizione. Aggressivo presettio. Right, exactly the same settings here, all the same. Let's see. I mean, graphically it looks, this looks nice graphically, doesn't it? Like the dash looks nice. I'm on the bonnet. Pretty much always T, engine sounds nice. And this is actually more active than the Assetto Corsa one. I have to turn my force feedback up though for some reason. Oh yeah, force feedback shit. So yeah, basically. Ah, it's weird. Weird feedback. Cold tyres though, but the The car's actually more nimble than the AC one. But then it's more slidey. So it's just the more peaky tyres, I guess. They have more initial grip, and then the grip falls off more aggressively. But it doesn't turn in on the brakes as much as the AC one. It's brake bias is already really far back. I'm on brake pads one. Wrong rear rotation. Shit! Yeah, the AC car's just way more fun to drive because the tyres are less peaky. This is like grip, 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 grip. Then like total grip fall off, and then there's no force feedback in between. So that's what makes the AC car better to drive, or more pleasurable to drive. Even though this is actually this is more snappy. Thank you, Lou. Sounds better in this. Car graphics are better. Shadows on the track are worse. The lighting looks kind of cartoony in ACC, but I don't mind it. I quite like it. I'll try and be more gentle on the throttle. There's no force feedback leading for you to like lead into the throttle to know how much to put it on, which is a huge difference between this and AC. Original AC, which makes AC a lot more fun to drive, a lot nicer to drive. The baseline setups are really good in ACC. They're more than competitive. Well, I think ACC's tyres are more realistic than iRacing, but iRacing has IRFFB seat of the pants force feedback, which is really good for letting you feel what the load is. Yeah, also, so when I got in this slide going down the hill there, the car is on a given path that you can't adjust, whereas in AC, you can adjust that slide as the car's sliding a bit. So the controllable slip is like, once you're in sort of slip on this in ACC, you have very minimal control over it compared to what you have in AC, which again makes AC way more fun to drive. Yeah, it's weird. It's like the end, because of that, the end drive of the car in ACC feels less complex and less deep than AC. Even though, like, even if the tyres might be more complex in terms of how they're heating up and stuff and when they're choosing to grip. It's just so abrupt. Yeah, I'd imagine once you got used to it, I think this will be easier to drive once you've got used to it because there's not that much freedom. AC gives you way more freedom in terms of how you can drive the car. This is like, this really limits what you can, like there is literally, you can tell, there's a super, super abrupt way to drive this and that's it. There's not really much you can do outside of what it is demanding you do. Sounds are fantastic though. Like, you, with this car, you lose all the satisfaction of going through these corners. Where in AC, it's like you're holding the car in a bit of a slide with a bit of poise and trying to just get that angle just right. Whereas in this, it's like you're just trying to train track it through the corners. Well, no, that force feedback video I did was more because the game was like literally broken, and then they did an update in between when I happened to was testing some stuff out. That's what that was about. The launch version of ACC was absurd, and people were still defending that, and that was, you know. Yeah, but all the dynamic dampening does is it, as you go faster, there's more dampening, basically. That's not really the problem with the force feedback in ACC. This is a lot better than Automobilista 2. There's some weird stuff going on in Automobilista 2. Doom 2's the best. PS1 Doom. Oh dear. SNES Doom. Like the last update, I tried MS2, and we were just like, it's got in many ways the handling just seems worse. It drives like bad Project Cars 2 cars at the moment. But you know. Yeah, so in AC, you can like crab walk the cars effectively in and out of corners. Whereas in this, it's like the cars don't want to have any of that kind of slide to them. This is like it's like iRacing handling, but unlike iRacing, the tyres make sense over the limit. Just ACC. No, the approach is like iRacing. The physics are different, but the approach is like iRacing. Like the optimal way to drive is the same optimal way as iRacing, but it's way more forgiving than iRacing. It's like iRacing if the tyres didn't just bin you when you went over the limit. Ah, I thought it was alright. I quite like Imola. I don't know, I wonder if maybe if the force feedback wasn't so bad in this, if it would make up for the handling. Like the abruptness of the force feedback as well, but I think the force feedback is just because of the tyre model. So I don't know if it would change the handling. Like the car just doesn't seem happy in a slide at all. Well, what wheel have you got, race boy? It probably is a wheel ratio. Well, I don't know how you could be unhappy with... I mean, you might not like how AC feels, but it tells you what's going on perfectly fine. I am running this. I am running the real ratio on this car isn't off. I'm actually running this 1-to-1 pretty much. Also, you know how much to turn the steering wheel based off the force feedback. Yeah, but that's the problem, race boy. After experience, that's a problem, because that's forcing you to you're basically you're a guitar hero in it, which is utterly wrong for like driving. Like, given that a track is variable. It's like you need that unless, like, you don't have a motion rig, do you? And no motion rig works properly. So unless you've got that information from something, the simulator is fundamentally missing an important aspect, which you need to have. Like, not having some approximation of G-forces in a driving sim basically means that you're driving some, like, it's like you're driving remote controlled cars or something. Silent shock, but with telemetry, with like seat of the pants force feedback, you do. So, you know, even with iRacing. Well, yeah, I mean, if anyone was going to say that force feedback's overdone, R-Factor 2's force feedback is over the top, if anything. But, like, you know, at least there's information there. But I would say that's probably it's a bit over the top. Yeah, so I mean, if you need the problem is with needing a motion rig to understand what the car's doing. It's like, well, who the F can afford a motion rig? And motion rigs are too slow. Joey Mac, no, what it is it's a design decision. Basically, the developers take the position of, it's not realistic, so we won't do it, whilst completely negating the fact that not having an approximation of something is unrealistic. So it's like, it's totally arbitrary, the decision, but they don't think it is. Yeah, so you still don't feel G-forces in a motion rig. So you need an option there. AccuForce wheels and IRFFB let you add it in. But this is the prop. So there's a couple of things going on. There's literal steering column force feedback, which ACC does really nicely, and that's fine, and that's literal, and that's great. There's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. That's one thing. Then there's the issue of, given that type of force feedback, if you don't have a motion rig, and even with a motion rig, doesn't give you vital information that, if you are someone that drives by feel, requires to play a driving simulator like just be able to play it without having to memorize it. And then with ACC and various cars in various simulators, they might just have like very peaky, tight tyres on them, which might be realistic again, but it just means that everything's very abrupt. And, you know, everything's going through a computer, it's delayed. So if something's like super abrupt in real life, when you're playing it in a simulator, it can actually seem even more abrupt than it actually would in reality. Remote control helicopters are a good example of this. Like, they're easier to fly in real life than they are in a lot of the simulators. Because there's like, despite them being mentally abrupt and stuff, there's a kind of like inherent dampening to reality, and there's a sort of, I don't know. But yeah, so the solution is, the other problem is the solution is having some kind of telemetry seat of the pants force feedback, which IRFFB does and AccuForce wheels have. And so the solution would be for all steering wheel developers to have some kind of seat of the pants force feedback option, but they don't all do that. Like Logitech doesn't do that, Thrustmaster doesn't do that, and Fanatec don't do that, which are the 3 biggest brands of force feedback wheel. Or, hear me out here, guys. Every driving sim could literally just have a slider called seat of the pants effect that bleeds in telemetry G-force load into the force feedback in exactly the same way that IRFFB does. One setting which would massively improve the force feedback for a huge number of players that are like me, that like to drive from the actual force feedback feel rather than the visuals of the car. I've explained this, I've said this, but they've got this arbitrary thing of, first of all, they think that I'm mental, they think that I'm just being stupid about force feedback, and all the aliens and the fanboys are like, I can drive perfectly fine, so it's not a problem. They don't get it. They've not. I think my argument is completely reasonable in that I'm not saying that it has to be the way I want it to be. I'm saying that there's a group of people that would massively benefit from this one thing that's very minimal to actually implement, and you wouldn't even have to enable it if you didn't want it. I don't think that's unreasonable, but I don't think they've considered my point of view on it, to be honest. I think they're just, their thing is that Gamer Muscle can't drive, therefore his opinion is invalid. Maybe I'll do a video on it. No, the steering rack or loads up. That's what the dynamic dampening setting is in ACC. What you need is how the seat of the pants setting works. I can't really explain it off the top of my head, but basically you have a range. You have a range of the force feedback effects of force feedback strength, depending on how much load you're putting left and right, and then that pushes the wheel left or right to a certain degree, and then that works in unison with the underlying tyre model force feedback. I can't do my driving license. We're banned. Yeah, that's how IRFFB works. It takes it out of the game and applies it to the force feedback separately through an application. That's exactly what IRFFB is. In theory, someone could make IRFFB for Assetto Corsa Competizione, because the iRacing developers don't see it as a problem either. And the iRacing force feedback with a lot of cars is completely shit. Like, you can't... People get used to it. People memorize how to drive it. But that's not the point. It should be, like, immediately intuitive through the G-forces you feel how to drive a car, which it is with IRFFB. No, I can't explain the seat of the pants in a sense of exactly how it applies the force feedback to the steering wheel. Is what I mean. Like to what degrees, and you know. And ACC's in-game force feedback uses the, like, I don't know what it's called, direct. I don't know what it's called. It's like the DirectX equivalent for force feedback, I think. Well, with the SimuCube, SimuCube 2, I don't know. You should try IIFFB. You'll be like, oh, hang on a minute. I've got really good control over the vehicles. Like, I know that you can preemptively know at what point you're going to start getting into a slide, so you can then avoid it, so you can then know how much you can push. in fairness to ACC, the default force feedback in ACC, you do, you kind of just have a solid resistance up until the point where it goes over it. So it's easier with the default force feedback in ACC to feel what the tyres are doing than the default force feedback in iRacing is. But yeah, for people that drive like me, IRFFB is like, it literally, it transforms iRacing. Like, no joke. It's like, I think there's probably like, I don't know, like 25-30% of sim racers that fundamentally use the force feedback as their main way of knowing how to, like, if they can push the accelerator more, if they can brake harder, if they can turn more, they're using the force feedback primarily. And then after that, it's like using learnt expectation and visuals and everything. But the force feedback's like the primary thing. There's obviously a bunch of sim racers, especially if you, I don't know, like maybe certain wheels you got used to, or whatever. But there's a bunch of sim racers that literally just drive off the visuals. Is probably like 90% of what they're doing. And practice, repetition. Yeah, IIFFB is a free plugin. Could be a little bit fiddly to get it to work fully, because it you can install it and just get it working, but it'll have a bit of latency to the force feedback because it you have to use VJoy if you want to have no latency. But it'll give you an idea of the different force feedback, even with the latency. But like, yeah, I literally, in iRacing, I literally cannot drive the IR01, the Radical, a bunch of cars. Like, I literally can't drive them. Like, I can't turn like 5 laps. But with IRFFB, I can drive them reasonably competitively. Straight away. The iRacing tire model is still abrupt and very unforgiving on stuff like braking, and if you do go over the limit, but you can know where the limit is to avoid it. IRFFB only works with iRacing, unfortunately. It's not had any work done in it for a long time. It's just, if anything, it's more just surprising to me that the game developers of these simulators, the iRacing developers and Kunos, it's bizarre as a developer that they're like, oh yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's so weird. It's like, in a sense, it's also weird that the force feedback wheel manufacturers don't see it as a priority. I'll do videos on it. I need to just keep going on about it, because I always go on about it in live streams, but I don't really do it in a video. And videos are much better for you to make a single point that people can then go, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Whereas people just forget a live stream once it's finished. What? The streets for political debates. Well, so what's really frustrating though is, so as I say, I even if you disagree with me in the sense that you're perfectly happy with iRacing's default force feedback or ACC's default force feedback, that's like, even if that's your position, I don't see how you can disagree with my argument to say, why wouldn't you have as an option something that gives you an approximation of the G-forces that are fundamental to real-world driving in a way that we know works and is already done and is already implemented, and a whole bunch of people think and a whole bunch of people use and think is amazing. Like, as an option, why would you disagree with that? It's like, It'd be like imagine if all the Sims had a seat of the pants thing built into it by default. So like imagine it's like AC or more like R Factor 2 by default. And someone said to me, I don't want that in my force feedback. I want the force feedback to be literal. I just want it to be a steering rack. I would be an idiot. I'd be a total fucking moron to say to them, oh no, we shouldn't have the option to disable the thing you don't like. It's like, why? Do you know what I mean? Give people... And it's not... we're not talking about something that's a mental setting that would take a developer a crazy amount of time to implement. But, you know... The fanboys are like, no, you can't have it like that. We've got used to it. We're fans of the game. I think the same thing's happening. You know, with Automobilista 2, I have a worry that the developers listening to the fanboys that have taken over their forums now, rather than like the sort of more generalised sim racing audience. It's really nice when you go near a wall and you get the echo in this. Shit. Shitty fucking bollocks. You're right, Austin. Wheel rotation. To be fair, without the correct wheel rotation, no sim is going to be right. I don't have a problem with Automobilista 2 force feedback. Like, I mean, it doesn't give much feel for the front end and stuff, but it's no worse than any other arbitrary simulator's force feedback. Automobilista 2, the thing is more that the physics are like the tires are like mental. It seems like there's no lift off oversteer and there's no subtle oversteer. It's all like you have to be like in a big slide for the oversteer to work like any other simulator, if that makes sense. And then it's very snappy. I don't know. To me, it feels like more like bad Project Cars 2 cars. Cars are like overly snappy and yeah, I don't know. I say that as a Reza fan. I want it to be really good. I don't know if it's worth setting up on a Logitech wheel. It might be. It's hard to say. It's going to be more noticeable on like a T300 upwards. The problem with like the Logitech wheels is that the force feedback on it is very subtle. Saying that though, I've been in the process of reviewing the Logitech G293, and you definitely notice the difference in force feedback between AC and ACC with it. I could try it with IIFFB actually. I haven't given it a go yet. I mean, the thing I find with the Logitech wheels is that the force feedback's faint, but it does have the information there. It's just very light. Yeah, well, force feedback definitely affects how you perceive a game's physics, for sure. But also the physics do affect the force feedback as well. I mean, I honestly can't tell the point for, like, avoiding doing those big slides. I don't know, yeah, you'd hope so, Gary, but I couldn't find him. I looked for it. I was going to do that, but I couldn't find their contact information. Well, the weird thing are going. So Kunos at one point were like, "Oh no, we don't want to have any more sliders or menu options," and it's like, well, okay, fine, but then why do you have like a dynamic force feedback option? Because that's like so subtle on the grand scheme of things. Why do you have like so many camera options for the cockpit camera? It's like, because obviously some people like to drive from the dash, some people from behind the wheel, some people turn the wheel off, some people from the bonnet, because people have different monitors and stuff and different preferences. It's like, an ACC's UI is a load of shit anyway, so it's not like you're going to be protective over filling the UI up, because it's not exactly like the most elegant user interface, is it? No, they've done loads of work on ACC. They've done a great job in it in general. It's just... to be fair, the R... yeah, the R-Factor... Well, no, the R-Factor 2 UI is more to do with, like, how it works rather than the options in it. But yeah, their new UI is so bad. Like, the flow of it is terrible. It makes no sense. Sim developers and user interfaces. Oh my god. Why is sim developers so bad at user interfaces? I mean, look at DCS as well. It's so bad. Even Train Simulator, somehow, Train Sim's UI has gotten worse. Oh my god, just slide. See, I've reduced the wheel rotation here. And then I get into these massive slides because you have to... I mean, I'm not using a circular wheel. But then you have to do huge corrections to get out of the big slides when you overdrive it. Yeah, a lot of the time real-wheel drivers are totally clueless when it comes to driving simulators. And they don't actually... They're not as picky as sim racers because they've got a real bloody car to go to. So it's like... The stuff they're picky about is like the quality of the track, the 3D track model. And, you know, general breakpoints and... Pretty, like, a lot of the time, like, big overview things because they're the aspects that have the biggest impact when it comes to training. or like the biggest utility for sims, typically for race drivers. Yeah, you don't need good force feedback at all. Exactly. Like, it's kind of missing the point that whenever I say, like with ACC, I say, or iRacing, I say, oh, the force feedback doesn't give you the information you need. You get the thing where people go, oh, it's your force feedback. Oh, what is going on here? Are we being raid shackled? Oh dear, what's this about? Welcome all subscribers. Or was it just tallied up all the subscribers for the day? Delayed subscriber bash. This Streamlabs has been broken for a while. Sub raid. Wow. Yee. Welcome all you people. They're probably not even here. It's probably from a video. This is the best stream title. Yee. This is the other weird thing that happens in ACC, right, that I've noticed a lot of. The gap that always occurs is weird. Like, I think what it is that because of the tyres being so peaky, if you learn the very specific way to drive and you replicate that, that's it, you're good, you're golden. Anyone that's not is off by like 3-4 seconds a lap. I think whenever we play AC, original AC, even when I'm racing it online, sim racing system and everything, the gaps just aren't as abrupt as that. You do get a gap between people that obviously know that are really good and people that aren't so good. We just did a GT4 in AC, so thought we thought we'd do a comparison between the two. Hello, Itchy. For more wheel rotation talk. In Loma. Azaris, but there's people that have played ACC for like 2 years on the same 6 tracks. And I'm talking about like all servers, like Sim Racing System, not just my servers. Well, with GT3 cars in AC, but people drive way more tracks in AC than ACC. No one drives Lime Rock Park, though, as much as iRacers drive Lime Rock Park. Lime Rock Park every day. Skip Barber, Lime Rock Park. Yeah, we could do GT3 at Spa. We'll give that a go. I mean, Live for Speed. Live for Speed was probably the worst. I'd say ACC is the worst for it now, but historically, Live for Speed, it was the demo in Live for Speed. So, BLGP, Blackwood GP, AS Club, and SO City. They were in the demo version, and there were people that literally they were just, that was all they did for 2 years. BLGP, AS Club, and in fact, BLGP they did do that for 2 years in the same car, the Fox, and they were like so good because like that's all they did. One track, one car, 2 years. Right, he's gonna make a new server here. I hate Tsukuba. Tsukuba is such a shit track. I don't know why people like it. For drifting, sure. But for racing, absolute garbage. I mean, Lime Rock Park's awesome. Laguna Seca's awesome. Road America, Virginia International Raceway, Alton Park, Brands Hatch, Red Bull Ring, Magellan. There's loads of really, really good tracks out there. I don't know why iRacing puts such garbage tracks in the sim. Pocono Raceway. I mean, like, what is that? Oh, Rovals. Oh, God. Rovals. It was free of licensing. Yeah, that's probably why. Pocono. So bad. Daytona Roval's not too bad. Thank you, Chili McDoggington. Daytona, let's go away. Yeah, I wonder what I think as because it belongs to like Ferrari and well, I don't know if it does belong to them anymore, but that was really weird that Kunos, because with them being Italian, they managed to get like license for Ferrari stuff before any other developer, really. Yeah, I don't mind Indie Road Course. I'm not a hater of Rovals. Totally, it's just shit ones like Pocono, which is like the super low effort Roval track. It's like, hang on a minute, you know. Cause the good thing with Rovals is when they use like the banking of the oval as part of the racetrack, can be quite fun and quite novel. I'm just going to drive the Saudi Audi, you know.
Game Master should learn how to drive.
Yeah, I don't know why do they do that on iRacing. The Australian track we've been driving the Radical on's really good recently. What track was that? Phillip what is it called? Is it Phillip? Phillip Island or something? I don't know. Phillip Beach. Yeah, Phillip Island's a good track. Really nice track. I mean, it's weird. Stuart McCausey, I gave up sim racing and sold all the stuff. Don't blame you. I hope you got good money for it. I need some chocolate here, guys. I'm flagging. I'm flagging more than a T1 race incident. Well, it's also ACC. I'm never going to... In terms of winning races, I'm more likely to win an iRacing race than I am an ACC race. Live for Speed and an original Assetto got a chance. If you want to join in, guys, the title's wrong for this. Doesn't say competition, so. Huge error. Oh, it's Stewart. Well, fair enough. As long as you get that, I mean, that's a good thing with sim racing. You can get your money back if you decide to have a break from it. Oh, Jesus Christ, this pit lane's criminal. Thank you, Christian Casaram. There we go. Sorry, qualifying's finished. It'd be unrealistic, Phantom Racer. It's a simulator. Hello, Matt Evans. That's not a track cut. I haven't yet, no. I will do eventually. It's all auto clutch. I bought Izzy a free taxi to Dover. Yeah, so we could get to Dover Cliffs. Oh, this game's so shit. Force feedback. Fuck me. Oh, God. God damn it. Oh, I've got to go through the quality. Got to go through the pit lane again now. I've not played Crusader Kings. No. I'm all about the what's the mobile game that everyone's sponsored by? Natto 9. Ah, the old which corner is it? Shadow Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow sounds like something you do to back up data. There we go. Oh yeah, Tortellini was meant to send me the LUT file on Discord, which will do absolutely nothing, but I'm willing to give anything a go. One-to-one force feedback. Tortellini's LUT file is a it's a Bitcoin miner. It installs onto your graphics card. I don't know. I don't really play BeamNG. I'm not really into crashing stuff. The off-road stuff in it was good. There's probably some more missions and things now. Last time I played it, there wasn't that many missions. Really lacking grip through here. Richard Burns Riley's amazing. It does take a lot of. I mean, once you get it, it's great. It's not easy though. The handling is fantastic in it though. You have to be pure zen. I use correct wheel rotation settings in AC, generally. And in Race Room, actually, and R Factor 2. Bloody hell. He's like barely wants to go through that corner. I haven't done one clean lap yet. Oh, Jesus, fuck me Christ. Force feedback just kills me in this. You can't tell what the car... You can't feel what the car wants to do. You're constantly tripping over the vehicle. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Those are the lines. We live in a world now where iRacing is easier to drive than ACC. What happened? I think Kunos were taken over by Parallel Universe Kunos. Probably not on the original Xbox, but on the new Xbox, yeah. I'd rather just play VR games by myself. Could do a video of it. Could I do a lap without doing something stupid? GT Sport has better force feedback than ACC. I don't know. I can't remember. But I think it might do, actually. EVE Online, spreadsheet simulator. Yeah, I think the PS5 is V-synced as well. I can't play this simulator. My brain is not designed for it. Incompatible tea stain. Well, the PS5 supports frame rates up to 120 Hz, so it might be alright. Ah, oh, cock. There's no... Fuck me. Hello. Hello, Mr. Flash Racing. Jesus Christ. Ah, not 7th. Right. Fuel. This is exciting. Just wait for Shadow Realm incoming. Ah dear. Ah dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. At least the stream's running smooth. It's been good. 1080p all the way. 1080p master race, guys. That's the solution to all your problems. Well, if you've got VSync on, but your refresh drops below it, then you'll get like you'll probably get like some weird stutter, or you'll get frame doubling, I think, and it'll wait. It will wait for the. It'll look like stutter. I don't know. I think the graphics card will wait until it's got another frame to send the monitor or something. I don't know. YouTube was lagging out with 1440p. It was having issues. It was alright my end. Ah, you ruined it, Tortellini. It's meant to. I'm always meant to be 7th. There we go. Something like that. That's a Simrig dance. As we wait for the race to start. Rippity bippity bippity rippity rip. Find a girl that appreciates AC1's force feedback. You find a woman and you put her in a sim rig and you get her to play AC and ACC, and then you ask her which has the best force feedback, and if she says ACC, you know that she's not worth spending time with. And then you know that she's got like deaf hands or something. Well, kick her out of the house in that case. There they go. Duct tape the girl to the rig. Make sure it's consensual though. So dumb. What a stupid move. Can't believe that worked. What a stupid move. The world's most dangerous race start. Oh dear, I can't believe it didn't die. Oh, what? You didn't have any grip there? With the cold tyres, you couldn't tell there was no grip. I wonder why. What's behind me? Well, Tortellini and Dom decide to start from the pits because they've got like, they wanted to be like, oh, it's too easy to win from the front. So, you know, then they can be like, oh, we're so good, we overtook everyone. It's almost as if people struggle with this shite force feedback. So unless you've like spent shitloads of time playing the GT3 cars, it's almost as if it's actually making the game worse for ACC players. Because unless you've sat down and played the Assetto Corsa memorization program, you can't compete with them. It's actually to their own detriment. They've actually run out of people to race against because not everyone can be bothered to memorize the track. The specific ACC bollocks memorization technique. What? Why? That's just like, why? Apparently you can't even slightly touch the curb there. Bloody stupid. This car's a bit dangerous. Why did we just 360 no scope through that? No one touched me. Yeah, exactly. Oh, penis in front of us. Why? Why did that happen to him? Well, if you don't list, the car can't stick to that corner. You have to, like, slow down, but you... Oh, dear. Got the whole track. If you do 2 absolutely humongous track cuts, does it only count as 1? Because that could be like a genius exploit. Night night. What do you mean? Oh, Jesus. No one ever drives GT3 cars at Spa. It's the most original combination in sim racing history. Another car's lost it. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, we're back in glorious 7th. The Pasta has decided to pull over there. Wait, he wants to get on camera. He's such a penis. It's like, oh, I'm not math. And then I will wait for Game of Muscle and then I can drive near him. Oh. This is what he does. The worst type of sim racer. Absolutely the worst. He's like, oh, I'm on camera. Because I'm never doing that. I'm never on camera. That was a totally accurate. Let's brake check him next time he comes close to me. Shall I pit maneuver him? Hang on. Let him go past. Oh, he's been a cocker. I'm gonna pit maneuver him. He's probably got the stream on. Ruined it. Oh! The other car got him. Owned. The other car hit him. Takedown. He didn't expect the phantom takedown. No one expects that. Punted. Punted. He was punted. There we go. Hello, Big Dave. Brave Sir Thomas. Back to 7th place. I'm jumping off the cliffs of Dover after this. The lack of communicable force feedback in ACC always puts me into a state of deep depression that's incurable. So until there's some kind of seat of the pants added to this game, then that's it. Ow! Well, you know, the reason we were playing ACC is because we were comparing the GT4 cars as a direct comparison. ACs was much more fun to drive, like the wider slip angles, less peaky tyres, more information from the force feedback. ACC's better sound and nicer cockpit graphics. Yeah, AC GT4 is just way more enjoyable. Way more options as a driver. Easier to drive as well. Less like on and off. Best sim on Xbox is probably Project Cars 2, and that's it. Wreckfest is on console now, isn't it? That's good fun. Thanks, Finn. Yeah, I need to install that. What is it? What's it called? What does it stand for? women's sim series, right? Don't you have to install it for it to be there? Does it have? Is it the same as sim racing system? Oh well, it's obviously hosted by like DD Guild servers, so it's probably amazing. Oh, I'll have a look. Do I need to make an account on it? Do I need to make a video? My wrists are hurt. I was trying. I was at the start of driving this Saudi Audi. I turned the force feed back on really high to see if that helped a bit, but now my wrist just hurt. This game's literally crippling me. Not only is it making me depressed, it's crippled me. That's how bad it is. I'm now a sim racing cripple. Thank you, Kunos. This game has ruined my life. And some of you might say, well, you don't have to play it, and you would be right. But I like to torture myself, which is why I play iRacing as well. In fact, I hate driving simulators. I don't know why I play them. I should have stuck to Counter-Strike, which I'm actually alright at as well. Should just play Counter-Strike. Throw the Simrig in the bin. It brings nothing but despair. Playing ACC is like trying to have a good night's sleep on a Klingon warbird during a battle. Kapla! It's just shit force feedback. It's fine. You know, graphics, sound. If you've got a fast computer, graphics, sound, netcode, general like car, the physics and stuff, it's all fine. It's great. It's just the force feedback is completely shite. For people that like to drive from feel, that's the thing. They just need a seat of the pants force feedback tick box, such that you've got in IRFFB, and then you'll be able to feel what the hell the car's doing all the time. And sure, the physics would still be a bit abrupt in a certain way, but at least you'd be able to avoid, like, you'd just be able to drive from the force feedback like you do in iRacing with IFFB, and it'd be a lot more enjoyable. Then I could read the chat room more, and I could complain less. It would be emotional. Hang on, the race is finishing. I've only got a 1x. No time gained. It's probably not a good place to cut the track. Hang on, I need to cheat to beat Dom. Hang on. Can I straight line the bus stop? A chav stole my mirror. Right, I'm going to straight line it. So that Dom doesn't beat us. Here we go. You ready? Oh, he's too far ahead. Here we go. He's probably heard what I'm doing. Oh! Woo! Yes! I got him! Reverse! Go! Oh no! Go, 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 go! Car's broken! Yes! I beat him! Yes! Let's watch the replay. What a shot! Triple suplex him. One headshot. Monster kill. Check out that. What an overtake, guys. Absolute. Oh, I had damage. That's why we were slow as well. Sniped. America's greatest. Look at this takedown. Here it comes. Oh, I nearly lost it there. Look at the lining up here. Perfect. Trajectory calculated. Side on. Saudi takedown of the bonnet. Oh, look at that. That was pure emotion. Here's Dom. He's like, oh, I've beaten Game of... Oh, no! The game's ruined it for me. Cruise guided Audi. You can't even be bitter. That was a very good takedown, and it was a pure Saudi takedown. Just the wheel catches his bonnet. What a move! What a move! Yeah, it was a close call, but I had to get you side on with the Saudi Audi, otherwise it wouldn't have counted. Well, Dom, at the end of the day, I was too much faster. What a move! What an emotional end to that. Dom's gone to heaven. Shit the bed. Until Seat of the Pants is added to ACC, it's always gonna torment me. It's always gonna be like it's gonna be hard for me to accept. All these people that just accept ACC. What can I say? It's really upsetting that not every sim racer has the sensitivity to force feedback, or they don't weight force feedback to the same degree. If everyone drank the same quantities of tea that I did, they would all believe in what I'm saying. Complains about ACC, complains about MS2, gets crashed on iRacing. Well, at least on iRacing, it's only the wheels locking up. At least you can feel through IRFFB how much load you're putting on it. Also, you can shout at the people that crash into you on iRacing, so that helps. World Sim Series, here we go. I've already got an account on this. Sign in. Connect using Google. Okay, that's a bad idea. Right. Well, we'll see. They don't need to conform to my opinion. They don't have to agree with... look, I went through this earlier. They don't have to... They can be perfectly happy with not having Seat of the Pants force feedback, enjoying it, and that's how they want to play Sims. That is fine. I have no problem with that at all. They have to concede, though, that there is a group of sim racers that like or need that sort of G-forcey type variation in the force feedback to understand what the car's doing is how they play driving simulators. And so having an option there for those types of players so they can play driving sims without needing to spend £20,000 on a motion rig with seat rotation, that's the thing. There's a group of sim racers. I know that there's a whole bunch of people at Kunos that hate me, but whatever. I will always say what I say, even if it's upsetting. It's the way I am, annoying and bold. Oh no, Austin Peterson's been converted to the to the Church of Force Feedback. Hang on a minute, we got a graphic for that. No! There it is. Look at that. They were a bit angry when I spray painted my logo on the roof of that church for the picture, but I think it was worth it. Right, guys, it's bloody midnight. We've done too much sim racing. I didn't go to Lidl in the end. Monday's been ruined. Tuesday's now already preemptively ruined. That's it. It's all over. Oh, yes. I was going to make a mug with my logo on it. Or the Church of Force Feedback mug. Great stream. Thank you for watching, Artist Matthew. Keep drawing your dogs. Yeah, well, we're going to do a mug, I think, because everyone says we should do one. I might just do one with my logo on it. Gold tyres. Church of FFB merch. Oh dear. Okay. I can put that graphic on a mug. We have like 10 mugs, then people will be like, "Oh, I've got to buy all the mugs," and you know, then they'll be all in. Then they'll fill up the landfill. We'll have single-handedly polluted the entire world with mugs. That error on Moulin Rouge. Logo on one side, DD girl on the other. Just a bunch of logos on one mug. Exactly. Okay, fine. So by being a rubbish YouTuber, that will save the environment. Yes! Great success. Okay, guys. Have a good one. I'm going now. I'm going. We're not going to have any credits or anything here because we had to restart the stream here. Look at that. Stream has ended. Thank you for taking part. Absolutely no credits. Nothing happened. Stream didn't even happen. It was merely a mirage. Good night. See you soon.